conversation on the tight deadline lawmakers are now facing this week to pass another spending measure or face, as you just heard, a government shutdown midnight Friday. Joining us now for more on this is the Chief Deputy Whip for the House GOP Conference, a member of the House Ways and Means Committee, Georgia Congressman Drew Ferguson, back with us. Congressman, I'm not sure if you just heard that, but do you have an update when it comes to a spending bill? Did you guys reach a deal or something temporarily?
Well, Rob, thanks for having me on this morning. We just are getting word that a deal has been reached. I can't tell you what's in that deal. Democrats have been going alone on this. They have just been wasting time and wasting time. American families are hurting from inflation, gas prices. There are crises looming all over the world, whether it's in the Ukraine or whether it's travel bans. There are so many things that are happening right now. And the Democrat majority can't get their act together to fund the government. It's total chaos on their side. And it's a real shame because American families are hurting right now.
It's unbelievable, especially at the worst time of year where Hanukkah is ongoing. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas, but this is the season when people are out there with families spending money, getting ready for the holidays. Vaccine mandates were a big part of this possible shutdown, and it looks like the courts are totally against the Biden administration, not just in Louisiana and Missouri, but the state of Kentucky yesterday, affecting 3 more states. How does that play a role in this?
Look, I think this is playing out in the courts. I think that the courts are going to show that these mandates are in fact unconstitutional. Folks should talk to their health care providers, make an informed decision about whether or not they want to get vaccinated and move on. But the federal government should not be mandating this. This is just flat wrong. And look, tying this to funding the government, I don't think that's a smart play right now. I heard my colleague make the comment, why would we fund the government when it's got vaccine mandates in it? Right. We don't want the mandates, but there's some other really important things that do need to get funded, like our military and our men and women that are defending our nation and defending this freedom around the world.
Absolutely. Nobody wants a government shutdown. I think with Build Back Better on the line, a lot of people were maybe expecting that on both sides of the aisle. But it appears right now that we do have a plan in place to fund the government, at least temporarily. That news just breaking. I want to pivot, if I can, for just a moment. Some more breaking news out of your state, Georgia, yesterday. Stacey Abrams announced that she's going to run for governor again. Has she even conceded the last race to Brian Kemp yet in the state of Georgia?
She is clearly a legend in her own mind, and I don't ever remember seeing her concession speech. She was the first one to call about unfair elections and cheating and fraud. I mean, Stacey Abrams was, she is the poster child for that. Look, here's the bottom line. Stacey Abrams is bad for the state of Georgia. She is not the kind of leader that our state needs right now, or quite frankly, ever. Right. Georgia's the #1 state in the nation for doing business. We are a free state. The last thing Georgians want is to have a governor that is going to try to control their lives the way these big government socialists do here in D.C. We are going to win that election. Brian Kemp will be our next governor in Georgia.
I hope so. I'm keeping a close eye on that race, Congressman, just because she's registered almost 800,000 new voters since the last election, and she's really well funded. So that it could be another race, but I think the red wave that we're expecting in 2022 will certainly play out in the state of Georgia as well. So every time you come on, we've got some baseball news. We had a lockout in 1994. The All-Star Games ripped out of Atlanta. Then the Braves win the World Series. Yesterday, MLB announces another lockout, the likes of which we haven't seen since 1994. What do you make of that?
Well, that's on the baseball side, Rob. What I really think
I know Georgia football
is what's right behind me here. The University of Georgia Bulldogs facing Alabama Crimson Tide. We got the #1 team in the nation, and we're looking for a national championship. That's really what we need to be talking about. Major League Baseball has a 5-gallon bucket of problems. We're proud of our Braves, but go Dogs.
Right. My wife is a Georgia alum, by the way. She's a Georgia alum, so she's very excited about this weekend versus Alabama. By the way, quickly, Tony Gwynn, nobody knows this. He would have batted 400 in 1994. I think he was batting like 394 when that lockout happened. Would have been the first person to hit 400 since Ted Williams. Go Dogs, Congressman. Good to see you. Thanks so much for the updates. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on.
All right.